Oh shit. What's going on, everybody? How's it going? This is gonna be, well, let's see. This is not gonna be the last episode. This is going to be the last couple of episodes of the limited Battle Spot Double series because it is November 15th right now, which means that Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are coming out in 2 days. So I'm recording a couple episodes of this today. Well, actually, I'm recording quite a few today because I'm also doing some with Emmy Lava Burst 14. She's super cool, so hopefully that'll be that should be fun. We should build some actually good teams, hopefully, because she's actually like good at VDC. But yeah, a couple things. Team sucked. You know, as I mentioned, the team would probably suck. It wasn't bad necessarily. It had a lot of concepts that I really liked. Like I really liked Staraptor Lele. In fact, I liked Gengar Lele as well. But the team, like, it just wasn't that well built. And it also just was kind of like, the main thing is that it was going different directions. Like, it wasn't a horrible team, but like Staraptor Lele is such a lead. Like you really can't bring Staraptor in the back. Like you can, but then you lose out on Final Gambit, which is such a big part of what it does. That, you know, it wasn't very good as a Gengar Intimidate spam trap core thing. Because like you could lead Staraptor Gengar, but like you turning out into Landorus meant that you had Staraptor in the back basically, which again just removes all of the value of Final Gambit. And Final Gambit just isn't really like, it doesn't really suit the purposes of that kind of archetype, that kind of team. Lando was good coverage and it had Intimidate, but it was like it was kind of useless outside of that. Like the speed tier just sucks. And also just like the loss to rain. I don't know why there's an Azumarill here, but like the loss to rain or even sand a lot of the time was just pretty instant. Not much to do about it. But yeah, a lot of things I really liked about the team. But the team at the end of the day was just like kind of going different directions, which is just, you know, obviously it's not good. So I think for this episode, I'm going to build around Staraptor Lele, because that is a core that I really did like Staraptor Lele Volcarona specifically, because what you could do is you either would like Final Gambit and Psychium Z turn 1, and then you're up 3-2, or you Final Gambit into Quiver Dance, which makes you like you're a Volcarona with a Z move still intact and +1, which is looking real good for the, you know, your prospects with +1 and a Z move intact are real good. So anyway, I decided to kind of pare the team down and just try to build off of this score instead. I might build around Gengar again too, because I did like that. But I need to experiment with that a little more, because I obviously didn't really know how to build around that very well. So yeah, I'm gonna be working with this. I can't remember if I've mentioned already, but I am gonna make these episodes a little shorter as well. So this episode and all the future episodes are gonna be between 20 and 30 minutes instead of an hour plus, which should hopefully make these episodes a little more digestible, and also will help me put them out a little more often. So you know, just be aware of that change, and let's get into this, shall we? So what we've got here is basically just a combination of leads, pretty much. Like you don't really, like I mentioned, you don't ever bring Staraptor in the back. Really, you don't ever bring like Lele. Like you can bring Lele in the back, but given that this is a Z set, you kind of want it to be in the lead position as well. So I need to start developing the bench more. I need to not lose to Heatran. That is something that we need to not do. But I really don't know. again, I don't know what to put here. Like, that was part of the reason why Lando was here. But Lando sucks. Like, it doesn't, but it does. Lando fucking sucks, because, like, how are you supposed to... I hate Lando, because, like, how are you supposed to put it on a team and then just not kill off your own Pokemon? Like, how do you do that? It's so stupid that Earthquake is, like, its best move. Because it's such a good mon. It really is, but it's not... It's such a bad teammate, if that makes sense. It doesn't play nice with your other Pokemon. So, like, I don't know. Intimidate's nice here, but this team doesn't cycle very well. This team doesn't switch around a lot. Like, yeah, we have U-turn, but, like, none of these Pokemon can really come in on attacks. So, I mean, ideally this is something that, like, something we put in this fourth slot is something that can come in on attacks that beats Heatran. Our loss to Metagross is also pretty instant as well. Not instant, because we do kill it with Final Gambit, but if that's like Bullet Punch Metagross, then we're kind of fucked. So ideally this is something that outspeeds Metagross. Something that outspeeds Metagross can, like, take an Iron Head, probably not a Zen Headbutt, but like an Iron Head at least, and then beat Heatran. Those are my list of requirements here. But I really don't see anything that meets those requirements. Like, Lopunny can probably live an Iron Head, but, like, Lopunny's terrible. So, I mean, this is an interesting one, because, like, Gallade almost sounds decent, except you really don't bring that in the back as well. I mean, like, you can, but it's terrible. Gallade is a terrible Pokemon. It really is. But it's kind of better than my alternatives at the moment. I mean, maybe I could try this out. But what does Cobalion do? Because, like, this typing is actually quite nice here. I don't really know what Cobalion does. But, like, just the fact that this is physically bulky and fast-ish and a steel fighting type makes this nice. Although it can't really switch in on Heat Waves. That is also something to consider. It can't really come in on anything that Heatran does other than Flash Cannon. So maybe that isn't the play? I mean, we can put secondary coverage for Heatran somewhere. Maybe we change this to HB Ground. That's also a possibility. But let's look at what Cobalion does. Like, I mean, honestly though, like, what does this do? Because, like, I want to put, like, Z Close Combat or, like, Z Focus Blast on this. But then we have that and that are using Z moves right now. Maybe I can make this Specs Lele. Maybe that's the play. You know, I think that's the play. Let's make this Specs Lele. That way Tailwind isn't a terrible option. Because then it's like a shitty Drift Lele kind of. Although Drift Lele itself is pretty shitty. So let's see here. Let's make this HP. Okay. Nice keyboard. Hidden Power. Ground. And then this is what? I mean, we could make this taunt, but I don't feel like making this taunt. Probably make this Shadow Ball. So just for that there Metagross. Unless Dazzling Gleam's probably better. Because HP like Shadow Ball doesn't kill Metagross, so HP Ground like is still a decent option because it 2 KOs. Okay. I'm just kind of using my imagination here. I still don't expect this to turn out super well per se. Just because, again, I really have no idea. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing here right now. Like, to be 100% honest, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Like, I wish this thing did something semi-helpful. Just because this typing is actually really, really nice. Like, this definitely takes EQ from Lando. This definitely takes, like, a Psychic Terrain Zen Headbutt, which is, like, really cool. Steel Fighting is just cool typing. But, I mean, again, like, what does this do? It is Volt Switch. It's cool. Has Thunderwave, Taunt, Toxic. Like, this probably has enough to make a support set, sort of. But you do kind of want it to be... You don't want this to be super useless. This gets Helping Hand. Like, this thing could be useful as, like, a support mon. But why, like... If I'm gonna put, like, Helping Hand... Does this get Icy Wind? I don't believe this gets Icy Wind. Icy... No. That is unfortunate. That would be really cool if this got Icy Wind. Let's, like... Alright. Let's hypothesize what a support set would look like. Helping Hand... Close Combat. I wish this thing got Speed Control. That would be real cool. Close Combat... First of all, let's look at what support options this gets. It's Helping Hand, Taunt, T-Wave, right? That's cool. T-Wave is cool. Reflect. It's not. It's alright, but it's nothing special. Volt Switch. Just gonna put another Gobellion here. Gets Roar, Toxic, blah blah blah. We put Helping Hand, right? Pretty sure. Gets Quick Guard, but we have Lele. LOL. It gets Safeguard. Dude, this thing gets decent support moves, but this would be such a niche support mon. Or niche, however the fuck you say it. Like, this has enough to be a decent support mon. It gets Metal Burst. Like, this is almost cool, but it's not. This is almost usable. Okay, I think we'll pass on Cobalion for now. I think we'll pass. Just because I don't... Like, if I were to attempt to mine some sort of a use out of Cobalion, it would be like... Fitinium Z... Right? Or even Psychic Seed. One of the two. Psychic Seed... sucks that Focus Blast is this thing's best special fighting move. Because, like, Psychic Seed with Calm Mind sounds pretty heat. Like, Psychic Seed... Does this get Bulk Up? I don't think this gets Bulk Up. It does not get Bulk Up. Wow. Okay. In that case, I don't know. Like, Psychic Seed, Swords Dance... I guess this gets Sacred Sword. What if we make this like bulky SD? Maybe that's the play. Because this does get Sacred Sword. This is a decent fighting move that doesn't lower your defenses. I wonder. I don't think this is good. Because we would go Sword Stance, Sacred Sword, Iron Head presumably, and Protect, right? We go something like that. How bulky does this make Cobalion? What does our special defense become? Let's see, 93. Okay, keyboard. 93 times 1.5 is 139. So if we were to make this 94, then we get 140, right? Right? Okay. We get 141, it looks like. So that's, that's not terrible considering. Like, I wish this thing got recovery, but that honestly doesn't sound that bad. The problem is I don't think this thing, like this thing has a lot of terrible, like you're not going to switch this in and out a lot, and you don't have a lot of great matchups, right? Because there's no way you're killing Feeny at +2. You lose to Lando. Like, you probably take an EQ, but then, like, what do you do back? You beat Lele, unless it's Scarf, in which case, I don't know. You probably live a Psychic, but I'm honestly not sure you kill back with neutral Iron Head. Like, it's probably a similar situation with Coco. You get outsped. You beat Kang, but whoop-de-doo. Lose to Zard, beat T-Tar, lose to Cress, lose to Aegis Slash, probably lose to Metagross. Like, this actually sounds like a decent set, but it has a terrible meta matchup. Lose to Celesteela, probably. Actually, you might be able to break through, but you're gonna take a shitload of damage. Lose to Volp. Yeah, you really lose to a lot of common things. So unfortunately, I don't think this idea is very good. I don't know, like, if somebody wants to try this, definitely, like, if somebody does try this, let me know how this goes, because I think this is cool, but I don't think this is, unfortunately, I don't think this is very good. It is kind of interesting. I'm not gonna lie, but you do have to be boosted for this to hurt anything. So, I'm just gonna, just for shits and giggles, I'm just gonna save this. I don't imagine this being incredible, but it does sound fun to try. So let's scrap this idea for now. Let's continue our search for fighting types that fit the bill here. Again though, what do you put there? Could go like Metacham. Could go real like dangerous offense. Is Metacham Lele good? It's probably not, right? I mean, it might be. Fake out's really nice, but like that Zen Headbutt is gonna do a shitload in Psychic terrain. But I'm gonna keep looking. Let's filter by fighting types again. I know a lot of you probably hate these because at the end of the day, like all I end up doing is just scrolling up and down until I find something that pops out, which like it never does. Is there something? I feel like Psychic Seed is along the right lines here. Like, I do wonder what Psychic Seed has potential wise. See, like the thing is, if you switch out of your Psychic Seed, then you don't, like you lose it. And this team doesn't cycle very well, which is fine. But ideally, this slot is something that can come in on attacks and do something. Our options are kind of limited here. Could go check list of water types. Like, I kind of want to build a fire, water, grass core out of this, but there's really, I don't know, like fire, water, grass cores tend to enjoy the ability to switch around a little bit. So I mean, Keldeo, why can't you be allowed? Heracross, Como's gonna be bad. I mean, it is bad right now. Like, this is Battle Sweat doubles we're building for, so it is bad right now. See, like, Heracross almost fits the bill, except for the fact that it's like, A, it's slow, and B, you have to Mega Evolve before it's actually bulky. So I mean, I guess we could just stack a bunch of random coverage for Heatran, but that sounds kind of dumb. Sounds kind of stupid, especially because like it sucks that because Final Gambit can't even kill it. Why is this spread? That is not the spread we want for our Staraptor. I think it was 244, right? I'm glad I noticed that because that would have been a stupid way to lose. Let's check out our water types here, just for shits and giggles. Let's see if there's just a good, solid, bulky water type. Like ideally something that can beat Heatran and Metagross. So like a water ground type, LOL, but that's like Swampert. Because part of the problem here is that like our main coverage for steel types loses to some of the common steel types. I mean, we have 3 slots here, but again, I'm staring at a blank slate here. I feel like I don't know where to go from here. I mean, maybe we just make this full hyper offense, right? Like maybe we put Pheromosa here. Maybe we put, you know, whatever goes with Lele Volcarona. I mean, I guess we could put Metagross here, right? That sounds like it sounds kind of obvious, but I guess it does sound good here. All right, we go Iron Head, Zen. I mean, I guess we could put Hammer Arm for Heatran. Ugh, I hate Hammer Arm Metagross, but that does sound like the best option here. Let me do a calc real quick. Let me make sure that this does kill. I don't actually think it does. I'm pretty sure that this does not kill. Let's make this Jolly. Put Heatran in here. Wow, Earthquake even barely kills. It does not bode well for Hammer Arm here. That is a roll against 4 HP Heatran. That sucks. So, I don't know. Maybe Earthquake is our best option in that case. Yeah, I guess I go Earthquake then. Guess that does seem like the best option there. Okay, so we have an extra Pokemon. we have one more Pokemon than we had before. At least this can come in. At least this can switch into things. Let's see. Oh my god. I think there's going to be a drinking game at the end of every video. Or like in the description of every video. Like every time I say let's see, take like a 15th of a shot. What are we missing coverage for? I feel like we're missing a shitload of coverage here. I don't feel like Psychic, Steel, Fire is that good of coverage. Psychic, Steel, Fairy, Fire. So right now we're kind of boned against Lando, which makes a lot of sense. Right now we're pretty boned against Rain, which is not surprising. So maybe we do something dumb and we put like Gastrodon here. Like I said water ground type, but that actually does seem like a decent option considering. Like Gastrodon beats Lando, it beats Heatran, it beats it beats a ton of the things that threaten this team right now. It beats Rain, it beats you know this doesn't even sound that bad considering. We've got Z-moves, we've got okay. So what does old school Gastro run? I know what it runs in VGC 17, but this thing is Earth Power now. First of all, let's make this blue. Because blue Gastro or no Gastro. Alright. Just in case you're wondering, you always have to go with blue Gastrodon. Make the Storm Drain. I mean, I guess we can kind of just go Earth Power, Ice Beam. Do we need water coverage? Like, what does water coverage do for us? Because what I'm thinking here is like Earth Power, Ice Beam, Recover, Protect. Or like... I guess what we could do, instead of Ice Beam, we could go Icy Wind. Because this does get Icy Wind. Earth Power, Icy Wind, Scald, Recover. That sounds good. Not sure on a spread though. Let's see if we can live a... Let's put Gastrodon in here. Let's check like a Metagross. Mega Metagross. Zen. That doesn't do that much. Okay, that does a lot. Never mind. Never mind. That does plenty. Let's make this modest. Let's change HP Ground to Earth Power. So, I mean, this is definitely not a counter to Metagross. It's really not. So, wow, that's so bad. That's quite terrible. I mean, I know that's max HP, but still, look at that. Look at that piss poor damage. This is fairly close to what benchmark we want to hit though, because it's either this or like Lando Groundium. Wow, that's actually insane. I think this spread is actually inefficient. I just realized. I think this is probably not the spread we want. But let's just. Right now I'm just. Oh my god, keyboard. Right now I'm just trying to figure out what calcs are reasonable to live. That's the wrong Landorus. Landorus T. The Earthquake does. Oh my god. Damn, Gastrodon's really not that bulky. It's really not. What the fuck? That's how much it takes? Yo. That's... Ugh. That's awful. That's awful. This is not a Lando counter, everybody. In case you were wondering, this is not a Lando counter. Dude, holy fuck. That's so much. Yikes. That's a lot. So maybe we do just put a super fat Gastro here. Still think that's an inefficient spread. Is there like a... I don't think we live a Shattered Psyche from Lele, right? I have to imagine that kills us. Yep. No way in hell that we live that. So let's start looking at what reasonable attacks can we take. Probably not a Zard Solar Beam, if I had to guess. Charizard Y, yeah, that definitely destroys us. No surprises there. Probably don't take a Ludicolo Giga Drain. Do we live in Aegislash Ground Z? Because that would be a nice target for Earth Power, now wouldn't it? It looks like we live that. That's a never-ending nightmare. What? Oh, that's Shield Form. Okay. That makes more sense. Okay. So we take that rather handily. Takes about... Okay. So let's use this here... Let's use this here attack survival calculator. Let's just make sure that the spread... Let's make sure that we get an optimal spread here. Aegislash, Blade Form, Shadow Ball. From... Okay, it is a Z move. Boosting nature, blah blah blah. And then we will click this button here. Landorus Therian. Earthquake with the Z move. Take the spread damage off there. Okay. Fuck you talking about? Oh right, we need probably a bold nature. Okay, so that's 252, 164, 52. I think bold is bold the most efficient. It's probably not, right? Okay, we probably want calm then. let's analyze. In fact, I'll be right back, everybody. Okay, we're back, everybody. Change this to calm. Yeah, bold is way more efficient here. So let's just hope that our damage calcs aren't as fucking horrific as I think they are. Do we really want max HP? It's interesting. Gastro is one of those Pokemon that, like, with this stat distribution, usually max HP is not actually the most efficient way to distribute your EVs. Just because the HP is much higher than the defense or special defense. So, wow, that really, okay. 164, 52. 164 bold. And then the rest goes here. Do we want to make this min speed? Does that matter? I think it might. Forget why. Somebody told me why min speed helps, but I don't recall the reason. God, this is honestly probably a terrible team again. But let's keep going here. What's the best way to round this out here? Because Gastro's not a Trickermancer. It's really not. What's our what do you call it? Let's flowchart how a hypothetical battle would go. In fact, let's flowchart how a hypothetical battle would go in the next episode, where we will polish this team up. We will find a final team member. Okay. If you have any suggestions for a final team member, do leave them in the description, and I will perhaps incorporate that if you've got a good idea. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I got all my juicy links in the description below. Check out my stream, check out my other good shit. My audio just completely cut out there. But yeah, follow my Twitch, follow my Twitter, hit that subscribe button. You already know what it is. And I will catch you guys in the next one.